Tummy. Right, good evening everybody and welcome to our Wednesday webinar. I actually can't believe it's May already. Is it May that if you go out on the first day in May and you wash your face in the morning dew, that you look beautiful? Can you see I did it? Okay, don't laugh then. Right, tonight I'm going to talk a wee bit about, really, because it's the first of the month, it's a good opportunity as leaders to capitalise on goal setting and what we're looking for, mainly what we're looking to try and help our team achieve. So I'm going to start for the very basics. As you know, I'm not going to go through the pay plan again, it was done last week, but there's retail profit, volume profit, group volume profit and royalty bonuses. That's the 4 different ways that people can earn from Viva MK. And there you see the retail profit and the VP, 25%, don't need to teach you how to suck eggs, but it can go up to 35%. But what I wanted to talk about is, what are the things that we need to be doing, planning, tracking, organising on a daily basis. And this saying here is as old as my length of time in network marketing. Imagine if you or the person who was joining you had paid £50,000 to get started with Viva MK. In your own business, what would you do differently? And in their business, what would you do differently? Probably a word that begins with U and ends in Y, which is urgency, especially for the new person, £50,000 with no experience. But instead, people can get started for as little as £10, as we know. Some may pay 25, but mainly I'm offering the £10 kit to people I'm speaking to. So obviously, this is not speaking to you as leaders. This is what we'll be teaching, but maybe speaking to you as leaders, because I'm going on to develop further. So how much do you want to earn? How much do they want to earn? How much personal retail do they want to do? We have to break each step down for people coming into the business. I've put £1,000 a month question mark, because again, since the whole time I've ever been in network marketing, we've taught a minimum of £1,000 a month. Why? Because people make £300 a month part-time, and that's a really, really, really good part-time income. So if you take that £1,000 and divide it by 31 days, which there are in May, even though we're now in the 1st, that's £32.25 a day. So when you look at it that way, it looks a lot more achievable than £1,000 a month. I mean, I know we've done online trainings like this. We used to say a divvy a day, but then decide how do they want to do it? How do you want to do it? How many catalogues are you going to do it with? Catalogues exclusively they're going to do it online. How many catalogues to work with, and how often to work with them? How many books to give out to people? We lead from the goals and plan backwards with them. How many online adverts? How many parties are they going to do online? How many live demonstrations? What is the target? What is the daily activities? Is the target that $32.50 a day? What's the team building target? How many people do you want to get started? This is talking to the leaders now. And how many are ordering? How many people do you want to speak to? How many people do you want to get started? And how many are actually getting kicked into gear and getting started? And this brings me to my favourite weekly activity planner and tracker. Oops, clicked the wrong button by mistake there. Now this is done in a 4-weekly period, and now we're working in months, so we just have to work it out on a week-to-week basis. But it's the weekly targets that's important, and I will find a way of changing this simply to a monthly one, but it's better being weekly. It's better being broken down into weekly targets. Now down the left-hand side, you can see retail target. What is your aim? £1,000 a month. is what we just spoke about. Warm market. How many people? Now, the good thing about the things down the left-hand side is they can be changed to suit the person. For example, if you're doing a weekly activity planner with your brand new person, the warm market will probably be for putting catalogues out. How many catalogues you got to put out to your warm market? What's your target? Facebook warm market ads, Facebook cold market ads. There's loads of things that you can put down there in your follow-ups. And we found this really, really successful in two ways. It gives you something to work with your new person. It gives you a planner and a tracker, and it gives you the opportunity to once a week have a wee catch up sizzle, and just score it. You don't have to score it. Some people don't like to be accountable, but here is how you score it. And this, as I say, this is a very old training. It wasn't me that initially put this together, but we've always loved this and it works. So I'm recommending that we put this weekly activity planner and results into our system. Well, it's in the system already. Put it into your own system. So let's say your retail target was 1,000 and you achieve 1,000, but then the score is 5. If you achieve 980, the score might be 4, but I would maybe put it a bit lower, because how hard is it to push to get that extra 20? This activity tracker is to get us thinking and to get a new person, one, aiming for 5s and a full score, but also thinking, well, how hard, if I only did 980 and my target was 1,000, how hard would it have been to really, really push to try and get that extra £20 to hit my target? Because that is what we're trying to teach. It is sorry, I don't know why I keep clicking, it's a habit. Move my hand. It's not just making a target that's important, it's making a target and sticking to it, which is the most important. And the weekly planner, you see, the activity planner and your results has to be worked alongside their Monday to Sunday weekly planner or your weekly planner. Because if you go back here, if you want to build a business and you want your team to be successful, they need to have aims, they need to have targets, and they need that reality of how much they need to get the results that they want. This is a serious business. You go back to, if you paid £50,000 for it, what would you be doing? So it has to be planned and tracked accordingly. Daily schedule, daily things to do list. Now, the great thing about it is, although when I do this training, it makes it look as though there's a lot in it. So if there are any new people who have just joined watching this, with the leaders meeting, it is just literally taking notes. What's my to-do list for today? What's on my weekly planner? Do your jobs and then go about your daily business. But if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So here's the weekly activity tracker, blown up a little bit. And in this one, you can see it's for a retailer and a team builder. All different things. You can put whatever you want in here. My favourite way to speak to people is warm market, 3-foot rule, Facebook warm market ads, Facebook cold market ads, customers, which again are warm market, and there's lots of other ways out with Facebook, business cards, hot pockets, etc. I'm not going to go through it, but there's your 250 retail target for that week, and you just put down what you've achieved on a daily basis until you get to the week. Lead inquiries, you may be targeting 50. You got 3 the first day, 7 the next day. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's really, really, really important to be having these trackers and going through them on a weekly basis with our new team members. It gives a good reason for you to have that weekly contact, how you're getting on. You've got it down on paper what the target is, how many books they're working with, how many adverts to plan on doing. You've seen everything in front of you, but it's also for you to use with your upline sponsor as well. Now, I use this a lot in Cluneasy, and what I noticed the most exciting thing about it is people want to get a 5. They want to get top marks. They want to get 100%. So it's exciting to do this with your team. Now, I'm not going to do a go for no training. This is actually from Kate Forbes's training. Let me try. I'm trying to move the video, and my mouse is not allowing me to move the video to the right because it's blocking it. Kate, I'm not wanting you to do a training on this, but Kate loved this and used this before in her previous business, and I would quite like to reintroduce this because it's fantastic, and to put it together for our team and go for no. So just in 2 or 3 minutes, Kate, if you could take yourself off mute and just quickly, even though it's probably self-explanatory, just explain how you use the Go for No book and your little stickers.
Yeah, this was something that we introduced in Team Velocity in the Cluneasy days, and it was really, really popular. We still have a thread on the Team Velocity training group where the people who were actively building their teams could add on to that thread every time they got a no, and we celebrated every no basically because every no that you get in the business brings you closer to a yes. Now, I'm a very visual person, as you can see. That picture on the right-hand side there is a grid that I do in my bullet journal every month for how many no's I can get in the month. I have to say that the number of no's we were getting when the business was free to join, we actually couldn't fill the grid with the number of no's because we needed more yeses. But sometimes the people who were joining on a free kit weren't the right people. Which now that we don't have a free start anymore, we're going to sponsor people that will actually do something in their business because they've invested in a very, very small way into joining the business. But basically, what we did was we set ourselves a target. My target was 100 no's a month and 10 yeses a month. And every time I got a no, I put a smiley face in that grid, and every time I put a yes, I put a butterfly in the bottom grid. And I really love stickers and stationery and all the rest of it, and that really worked well for me. Sometimes a no was because somebody was making all the right noises to join your business, but it just didn't sit right with you. So sometimes it was us that issued the no. Sometimes it would be us that kind of thought, well, I don't really want to be working with this person. They're not the right person for me. They don't have a work ethic. They don't have they don't appear to be wanting to help anybody else. They're out for whatever they can get, and by trampling over the top of people. And sometimes we would just cool off from that conversation and say, just get back to me if you think it's for you. But at the moment, I don't really think so. So if we got a no, and it had to be the word no. If you read the Go for No book, it's absolutely brilliant. But basically, what you're doing is every day or every week or every month or whatever your target is, you're going out to get as many no's as possible. And you celebrate every no. You really want a no because every no brings you closer to a yes. So if you have a target for a number of no's, go out and get it. And a no is not when people don't turn up to speak to you. They don't take your calls and all the rest of it. A no is when you hear the word no, basically. So sometimes you've got to try a little bit harder. You might need to follow up people 2 or 3 times. And if they turn around and say, this isn't for me, that's a no. If you see that they've seen your Facebook message 2 or 3 times and read them and ignored you, that's a no over a period of time once you've had 3 or 4 of them. But you get to know what a no is, and don't be frightened of it. A no is a celebration. A no is fantastic. You get no's as well out in the field when you're retailing as well. If somebody says they don't want another catalogue, or they ask you to stop bringing it round or whatever, that's a no as well. But most people don't want to say no. And sometimes it's quite hard work, but you can have a lot of fun with it as well. So that we're going to reintroduce it in Team Velocity this month because we've got people in the team now that are really serious that want to be Premier and beyond by the next showcase. So there is going to be a lot of team building activity going on. So we will be reviving the Go for No thread, guys.
Brilliant, and I think we'll get a full training on that. But I just put it in there, but as it's not my book and stickers. Thanks very much, Kate, for that. But the bottom line is know your numbers. Jan Rue used to call it quantifying your numbers. If you don't know exactly what you're doing to achieve what you're getting, then You can't improve it and you can't teach it. It's really, really, really important. Whether it's the ground floor for a new person, how many books out, how many books collected, how many posts are you doing on a daily basis, how many are you renewing on a daily basis? You can renew them in the marketplace. What are the results? Keep track of your business. It's really, really, really knowing these numbers for your business and your own person, your own team member. Their numbers may be different. Example, blanket drops up and down the country are producing different results. But what we do know is if you keep on doing something long enough, you will get what you're looking for. And I love this saying, if you know how to get one sale, and I can see I've missed out the E in sale, if you know how to get one sale or one team member joining, all you have to do now is work out what your numbers are and your conversions, because if you know how to get one sale, you know how to get more. If you know how to get one person, you know how to get more. So all you need to do is work out your numbers and your conversions, and then you know what you have to do to build your business. As we said before, Viva MK works if you work it. And that's just my wee obstacle slide to finish with. I will just remind you of the big one at Scotch Corner, Sunday the 19th of May. Doors open at 11, starts at 12 till 5. Michael Katkar, Kareem Karmali, Sharon Davis, we pronounce it right, and myself. And I've done a new training in case you're fed up seeing my trainings. I have done a brand new one for this meeting. Might have a few of the same things in it, but that's the business that hardly ever changes. So I'm just going to stop share, and then I'm going to ask if anybody wants to share their goals for the next few months. I put on the webinar tonight, sort of got a real itchy nose now. Let's unmute you, and just if there's any background noise, we'll track it down. I hate when it's all quiet, it's horrible. Manage. I do not like silence. Oh, I even talk in my sleep. First of all, say hi to Michael, Trisha, and Frank, and Stephen, who were on at the start. How you doing? Right. Who wants to, if anybody, share what they'd like to, for instance, walk across the stage in Birmingham? There'll be a lot of recognition from this webinar in Birmingham, but that's the way of putting it. Is that your hand going up a little bit, Jeff, or was that you just... Oh, did your hand go up? No?
Needs to be moved in. So
Just fidgeting.
Yeah,
Anybody want to share the goals? Please don't do this to me.
I want to be premiere by the next showcase.
Yeah.
And me.
And it just takes one person to be brave it up. And Trisha wants to be premier as well. Well done, Trisha. I like to give a wee claps, even though it's recognition beforehand. Anybody else? Anybody want to share a story? Can either share a story or tell me where you'd like to be by Birmingham, with your sparkly shoes that you wear going across the stage. Just kidding. Anybody got any stories you want to share? We Lynette's not on tonight, but Lynette did. I can't remember the order. She shared a story in the Rhino group, I think it was. But that's the first catalogues that Lynette has properly put out, all in one big batch together. I think, can anybody remember seeing her story? It was €200 or €300 or 160 odd euros. It was a fairly okay result for a first drop off, but I just thought that was quite exciting because it's the first batch of catalogues she's done properly. Anybody else?
Was it a blanket drop, Lynn?
Yep. She's not got a customer based door to door. She's always done online. So this is her first blanket drop. I think it's 100 and odd. Anybody else?
I'll go, Lynn.
Come on, you just like to make me suffer.
Today, delivering orders. I was going to say, because Wednesday is normally my delivery day. I've upsold doorstep demos another £41 again today.
Woohoo!
Which products were you promoting today, and how did you do it? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get it first.
The majority of it was the spring cleaning kits again. I'm beginning to get round to the people that I've already asked for that. So I've decided that I'm going to pick a product on a monthly basis, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate on the door every month.
Yeah, that works.
I was going to say, I'm just going to drop a little bit on the price, because at the end of the day, it builds the sales up, and if they think they're getting a special offer, then they'll go for it.
Yep. If you're only doing that with one product a month, it's worth it, isn't it? Because it's extra sales as well.
Mm.
Yep.
Especially something like a spring kit, cleaning kit, because that can be split up.
Well, I reckon I've sold probably 40 to 50 of those spring cleaning kits.
Excellent.
Plain and simply on doorstep demos.
Yep.
Excellent. It's so good value. I mean, it's really good value. Anybody else? Jeff?
Yeah, I've had an internet sale. I've sold 3 bed bug killers.
Yay!
The lady told me that she lived in London. Can we deliver to London, which is 40, 50 miles away? I said, oh yeah, we can have the courier deliver direct. I said, it's $3.90. She said, well, I want a couple. I said, well, it's $3.95 for up to 3 items. And having learned from Janet, I said, do you want 2 or 3? And she said, 3. That was last Monday, a week and a bit ago. And then she said, oh, I'll do that on Friday. And she didn't do it on Friday, so I sent her a note, do still want this? Oh, yes, I'll do it on Monday. Okay, I haven't heard from you. I'll need to get it. This is my bank account. Can I have your address? And it happened on Tuesday.
Yay! Persistence overcomes resistance. And as I said, if you know how to sell one product online, you know how to sell more. Absolutely brilliant. Anybody else?
I was going to say, I gave Jeff a little bit of homework to do, Lynn, and I don't know whether he's got it handy, but I'm sure he'll show you what he's been doing.
Affirmation.
I don't know if you can see that. I've been writing a mantra out. Janet said that it was a matter of belief, so I said, well, I've got an affirmation up. I'm magic at online sales. I get Facebook orders every day. But Janet said, how many times are you saying that? I said, oh, 13 times every time I go up and down the stairs. She said, oh, that's not enough. You need to do 30. So I've been writing out lines.
Well, it's worked, hasn't it?
It's programming the method. You got the sales. That's funny. That's so funny. Anybody else before we go? Maybe stories for me.
I'm going to say something actually going back to, I think it was Steve and Janet's chat last week. I believe you guys were on holiday.
Oh yeah, Steve.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure whether you were in a caravan or anything, where you were holidaying, but going back to many years ago, we used to have in our caravan the earn extra income stickers and posters, and quite often we'd come back from holiday and we'd have leads where we'd been travelling obviously in the caravan, and then while we were actually parked up as well. And not everyone will approach you, but they'll get on the phone or the website. Just made me think last week when you were talking about something that you were doing on holiday.
Yeah, we've actually got a static caravan.
Okay.
So,
You
yeah,
can
that
still
is
put a poster in it.
window.
But still got a window in it, and people come and go. It's a brilliant. I mean, it's back to the everything works, and it's back to maybe using more of these things that we know definitely work. If you're going up and down the country, have a car sticker on. If you're getting all these things of say.
We've just got the MLM stickers we ordered from the website MLM Printing, which are like the sunscreen ones, and we've
Yeah, they're great, these ones.
I had the magnets before, and it's time to revamp Steve's car. We've just got those in.
Yeah, it's time to start using more of the old rods. Anybody else? Thanks for that, Jackie.
Well, I was going to go on and just say very quickly, a small goal, because we've had a really awful month, or sort of 5 or 6 weeks really. I've still got my blanket dropping kit here, and now we're up and running again properly. My goal is to actually get out there and start my blanket dropping survey for the company. They did actually say it was okay to do it a few weeks later, which was really great. So that's my goal, to actually get that up and running. I've done all my day slips and everything. I've just got to pack them all up and get them out now.
Brilliant, and you will keep us posted.
I will.
Done, Jackie. Anybody else?
Yep. Can I just say that even when you think you don't have any time to do something, just do something anyway, even if you don't have time to do it properly. I've been reading a book called Flip Flop CEO, which was the Knowledge is King book of the month this month, and it's got lots of little really sound bites of snippets of bits of information in it. And one of the bits that was really quite interesting was somebody who's earning $1 million income a year from network marketing, and they used to be a cabin crew on an aircraft, and they were cleaning the aircraft one day, and down the seat pocket, where they were cleaning out all the magazines and stuff like that and stocking up the sick bags and everything like that, they came across a product catalogue for the network marketing company with an advert for sponsoring in it. And they were really, really sick of cleaning aircraft. And they answered the advert, and now they're earning $1 million plus a year from network marketing because a passenger on that plane left one catalogue on it. So if you think you don't have time to go out and do hundreds and hundreds of flyers, just leave one in the coffee shop, leave one in the petrol station. Just do what you do every day anyway, without being out of your way. Just make sure you do, bits of activity as and when you can. And sometimes I get inquiries when I've only put one card out, one shop ad or whatever. Sometimes it takes more than that, but it's amazing how many people do pick these things up and respond to them. And if you get the right person at the right time that picks up the right card, you're going to have a winner in your team.
Excellent. I agree with that. Thanks for that, Kate. Touch your business every day. Jeff,
Yep.
You were going to... Did you have your hand up, Jeff?
Yes, I did. We're just going back to Bungalow Heaven with our blanket drops. We've been around an estate, and there must be 400 or 500 bungalows in there. We got £50 worth of order, the £20 order and a £30 order and a £22 order last time we went round. This is going to be the second time round, so we're hoping that now they've seen us once before, that we'll get some decent results. We put out 167 catalogues yesterday, so we'll put into the Rhino group what the results were tomorrow.
Excellent. Brilliant. Well, keep us posted. Yeah, keep the results coming through the Rhino group. Well done, Jeff and Jenny. Right, if nobody's got anything else to share, I would say don't forget the big one. That's the next meeting coming up. Everybody else is organised for Birmingham, and we will see you all next Wednesday. Hopefully maybe get a new trainer coming forward and volunteering, or the upline can volunteer for somebody for me.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all next Wednesday.
Okay, hope you feel better soon, Lynn. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. See you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.